Sunday. We are going to have some fun today. We are going to figure out this candle ring. I think my numbers, I think my points were wrong. Actually, I think, hi, Susan. Hi, Diane. Donna, hello. Whoops. Whoopsie. So we're going to work on the candle ring today. My candle ring that's now becoming a collar or shawl. And I want to hear from you what your favorite holiday gift ideas are. Your favorite holiday gift ideas that you have made as a gift for someone, as a last minute gift, as a quick sew or quilt project that you used as either a gift for someone or as decor in your home that you did as a last minute thing, or it doesn't have to be last minute. It can be just a quick, easy, maybe even something that's beginner friendly for people that are looking for stuff that they can do themselves, and stuff that will turn out right the first time. So we'll give everybody just a minute to come in. Also, some of you are reading along with Jackie. Hi, Robin. Some of you are reading along with Jackie our kind of book club selection, which is for the month of November. You might not finish it in November. I'm going to put a whole lot of pressure on it. The Maid by Nita Prose. Hi, Susan. So, in the comments, tell me what was your favorite, or one of your favorites, or multiple favorite Christmas or holiday gift ideas that you could share along with somebody. Hi, Betsy. I need to make a cup of coffee. I already had 2.5, so I can't have any more. It's 11 o'clock in the morning. I won't be able to sleep tonight. No, I'm just kidding. Okay, who have I missed? Robin finished The Maid. Did you love it, Robin? I loved The Maid. I'm maybe halfway through it again for my second run, because I'm still reading Lisa Scottolini's The Unraveling of Julia. Still reading it. If you're on here and you have read The Unraveling of Julia by Lisa Scottolini, let me know what your thoughts were on it. Okay, so the ideas are coming in, and my plan is that we're going to try some of these projects, find some patterns for them throughout the rest of November and into December. Why am I yelling? Sorry. Yes, Robin did love The Maid. I loved The Maid. There's 3 books in the series and a little Christmas novella. But I think Nita Prose, I like the series a lot. Love it. Yeah, great writing, I think. Easy to follow, quick reads. Good storyline. I like it. Okay, let's see. Let me go back here real quick. Ready? All right, so here's some ideas. And so throughout the month, the rest of November and into December, we're going to do some of these. And people will have great ideas for gifts that they can give, or, you know, decor that they can use in their home, or whatever it might be, or a last minute gift, or a giveaway, or just a nice thing. I saw somebody, Diane, put polar fleece scarves. I was just thinking about polar fleece the other day. I used to get at Joann's, they used to have this Luxe fleece. If anybody knows where else to get it, or knows of a good place to get a good price on it, I loved the Luxe fleece they used to sell in Joann's. It was heavy. It had a really good, just a really high quality feel. You could do a simple seam or a simple binding around the edge, and you'd have a really beautiful blanket. You could do a fun binding around the edge. You know, you could do something in like a, I don't know, you could do whatever a fun binding would be. Figure out what a fun binding would be. Put it on the fleece. You have a blanket. No, I'm just kidding. You could, you know, you could do a crocheted edge, you know, or even just a yarn edge, stitch, you know, loop around the edge. You'd edge it. And it would be a great thing to give away to a nursing home, a hospital that has, you know, maybe senior facilities, or a memory care center, or a homeless shelter, or a women's shelter, or, you know, a shelter for people who are in crisis, or people who just need a little help, or a neighbor. You know, everybody has that neighbor that lives, you know, down the street that, you know, doesn't have a lot of friends or doesn't have a lot of family. Bring them a blanket or a scarf or just something. I like doing those kind of things, and I don't do enough of them, admittedly. Okay, getting back on point. So if anybody knows where to find that Luxe fleece again. Oh, I keep missing the comments. Hold on. Oh God, comments. Okay, so let's talk about some of the things that, and I remembered. Bad and bad. Okay. So we had fleece, scarf, coasters, key fobs. That's cool. My dear sweetheart was on. Hey, Stephen, would you like me to quilt you a key fob cover for your key? Maybe I just put it on mine. Hi, Laura. Okay, infinity scarf, tissue cover, cuddles, or minky. Let's see. Shabby fabrics hat. Okay, hold on. Hey, Susan, I got your. Okay, Susan says pot holders, placemats, table runners are always great gifts. I 110% agree. Table topper, my falling scattered leaves table topper is still on my table, and my table just looks so pretty with it. I love it. I think that those are the types of things that people love to get, and they're quick projects that you can manage on a sewing machine. You know, sometimes I get out over my skis and I want to give everybody a quilt, a king size quilt, hand quilted by me, right? But it's just not realistic. And then what ends up happening is I get disappointed. I won't talk about some of the projects in this room, but because I haven't gotten them done. So give yourself a break and set yourself up for success to have projects that you can finish. Let's find stuff that we can finish. Okay, So blah blah blah. Pot holders, placemats, pot holders, placemats, table toppers, table runners. Tree farm. Okay. Fleece net gaiters. Oh, yum. Yes, please. Fleece net gaiters. Okay. No, it's not minky. It's a luxe. It's just luxe fleece. So it's like that polar fleece, but it's a heavier, denser version of it. And it was so, again, I could kick myself for not going back. Actually, I was there when they were doing their closeout, but they really hadn't reduced it. And I should have just bought the bolt that I saw, even though the fabric wasn't something I would necessarily give as a gift or use here. It's the kind of thing that's great to keep in the back of the car, or we live in a golf community, so we have a golf car. Minnie thinks the golf car is her car, so we call it Minnie's car because she thinks it's hers. Anyway, so I'm always keeping a blanket in there, and I would have, like, it's the kind of pattern that I would have put in there because, anyway, it's just, I really, really, really loved it. So I'm on the hunt right now for Luxe, Luxe fleece. And it was sold by Joann's, and I don't know. I have a kind of a quasi blanket that I didn't do anything to the edge of. Did nothing. Just use it as kind of a lap blanket when we sit outside. And I'll have to see if it was by, I think it was by Joann's though. Okay. Tissue covers, got that. Hi, Sandra. I love handmade gifts. I can feel the love it took to make it. Boxy cosmetic bags. Ooh, those are really popular right now. And you know what? Let me ask you a question. What woman doesn't have a drawer full? I have a drawer full of cosmetic bags and bags to put stuff in and throw them in my purse, or when I don't want to carry a purse. So I think that those bags, and I think if you do them with just the right size, they're yay perfect. Okay, what else? Nice new microphone, dear. Why, thank you. Yeah, cost us a penny. But we were having sound problems with the mics that were in here, and if I would move away from the table and go over to the machine, people couldn't hear me. Mittens, hats, scarves to donate to shelters. I totally agree. Scarves, fleece scarves. In fact, we'll do a couple of those because where we are in Florida, I think people have the perception sometimes that all of Florida stays just toasty warm. It's 80 degrees here all year long, and it's not. In December, it gets between December, we just have a shorter winter. So when it's in the 50s during the day or 40s during the day, it just doesn't last for very long. You know, it's by the end of January, by the end of February, we're starting to have like, okay, you don't have to wear 3 coats. No. Is it like Fargo? No. But they'd find me dead in the snow in Fargo. I wouldn't be able to do it. Okay. My point was stuff that you can donate to homeless shelters, or if you call your, you know, whatever your city government is, city hall or what have you, a lot of them will open up shelters for when it gets very, very, very cold. When it gets too cold, They'll open up, you know, gymnasiums or school auditoriums for people that are homeless to get in out of the severe, severe cold. And they're always going to need blankets, right? You can buy 2 or 3 yards of, you know, polar fleece. I did one. I've actually done a couple of them where you just snip. I just snip around the edge, you know, cut 2-inch strips around the edge, and then I tie them together. I tie it like make little, just a knot, literally just a knot. It couldn't be, a 3rd grader could do it. If they can make a tie, if they can tie a knot, they could make this blanket. And it's super easy. They're warm, you know, and it's inexpensive. So, all right. Hello, Loretta. Book sleeve. Yay for the book sleeve. I gotta do another book sleeve. Use the John Deere tractor fabric. Yay. Haha. Steven, how about a John Deere key fob cover for the Jeep, or a Jeep? Oh, I have a cute Jeep fabric you would like. Okay. Little golf accessory bags. So when we had our embroidery business, and of course I don't have one in here, I'll have to bring one tomorrow. I'll bring one tomorrow to show everybody. I'll do a little short tomorrow on the golf tee bag. And so I ended up using them as something that I could clip on my purse or throw in your purse. But we used to make these little golf tee bags, and what we did a couple of different versions, but it's basically just a little pouch with a little, like a little plastic carabiner. I don't know what they call that. A little plastic clip on the end, and you could clip it on your golf bag. And sometimes we would do them with little, like inside we'd put like 3 or 4 Band-Aids, or, oh, what a great idea. Okay, we're going to have to make one of those, because that would be a great gift if you have a golfer in your life, or even if you have a teenager in your life, something that they could throw in the car or in the glove box or on the golf bag or on a purse. If you've got a mom, you know, moms, you know, we used to put, and I used to get the stuff, you can get the stuff at Dollar Tree or Walmart. You don't have to buy it, you know, 4 or 5 Band-Aids in there, a little tube of, you can buy those little plastic or those little foil sleeves of like Neosporin, you know, salve to put on a cut. It would have a couple of like alcohol wipes, a couple of aspirin, you know, a little thing of Motrin or aspirin or what have you. All the free publicity I'm giving to companies. Motrin for the win. I'm not sponsored by Motrin. I could be with my aches and pains. Anyway, you know, you could put, I see them all over the place now, where you can buy cell phone accessories, like it's a little, you know, the part that you plug into the wall, and it's got a little USB or a little lightning bolt. Is that what it's called? Lightning bolt, you know, outlet. Throw one of those in there. You can buy cheap, you know, inexpensive cell phone chargers. You know, they may not be super long. They might not be a 6-foot cord. It might be a 2-foot cord. But those are great things to have in a little bag that someone has with them, that people are always saying to themselves, oh, I should do a little bag like that, and they never do it. They're great stocking stuffers. But we used to sell them to corporations, and they would give them away to people who were coming in to play in a golf tournament. It was good. We made good money. We got ourselves through a very tricky time 30 years ago by making those bags. And we embroidered companies' logos on them. It's fantastic. If you have a golfer in your life, we put some tees, put a golf ball in there, a couple of ball markers, a ball repair tool, and and it's in a little bag. They can clip it on the outside of their golf bag. You can put somebody's name on it. You can applicate their initial on it. But they were fantastic. They were so popular. And guys used to love them because it was always on their bags. If they forgot to bring teas, they could they had a couple in there. And if you need help with like what to put in it, let me know. And the day that we do those bags, maybe we'll do those next week. I think we'll do those next week. We'll do those next week, and then we'll show some different options for what you can put in them. Okay? Some different ideas. That's going to be fun. Fun bag day. Okay. Two-sided napkins. How fun is that? Handmade Christmas ornaments. Yay. Everybody loves handmade Christmas ornaments. And it's the kind of thing that my grandmother made handmade Christmas ornaments. Years ago. I've told this story before. My grandmother did not sew for pleasure. She sewed for business. That was her business. All her life, she sewed for it was a utilitarian, right? She sewed to make money. But everyone, and to repair our clothes, or when we needed pants taken in or taken up or let out or whatever it was that was why she existed. To take in our pants or let them out in the seat. Anyway, I remember maybe 2 years where she made these Christmas ornaments, and she put this satin piping around the edge, and it was the kind of thing that she bought. You bought the pattern. You bought the fabric, had the cutouts. All you had to do was cut them out and sew the two pieces together, and then you stuffed them with polyfill and she put a little satin loop on the top. And I bet if I called my mom right now, I bet she still has them. And I think about my grandmother every time I think about those ornaments. So going back to Robin's comment, when you do something homemade, people remember. Yeah. Okay. Wow, Angela, way to bring down the room. Steve has all of the ideas. Steve always has ideas. But we're going to make the bags. We'll do the bags the week after Christmas. Okay. It's very nice fleece. Oh, wait a minute. Yeah. That Luxe fleece by Joann's. Oh, I loved it. Oh, I got to find it somewhere. Christmas tree napkins. Oh my gosh, how fun is that? Okay, then Jordan Fabrics has a free pattern and a video. So Christmas tree napkins. Jordan. We already filled a page with ideas. Okay. Minnie is the best. Minnie is the best. And she has her own car. I have a few good ideas. Susan has very good ideas. She's given me half my list. Okay, Candace. Hi, Candace. Candace says, I live in Golf Car Town. Over 100 miles of paths. I found this cute golf car fabric. I want to make a hanging trash bag with it. All right. Hanging trash bag. Love it. Love, love, love it. Lanyards. Ooh, lanyard. That's cute. That's cool. Okay. I'm making not reptiles. Rectangle zipper coin bags for my daughter's friends. See, like those are the little things, and if you make it big enough where they can put like a debit card or a driver's license in there, throw a couple of, throw whatever cash. I never carry cash. I'd be surprised if I could recognize cash. I can't remember the last time I carried cash. I'm going to tell you a funny story about cash in a minute. I love the trash bag idea. As soon as Candace said that, my thought on the trash bags was you always need one like that in the car. Always. Always. Whether it's a golf car or a car. Yeah. Okay. Tie blanket. Yep. We talked about tie blanket. Gift card holder. That's a great idea. Gift card holder. Bookmarkers. First aid kit. Yep. Pin cushion. Pin cushion. I saw some great pin cushion ideas on Facebook. So we'll do a pin cushion. It's super easy. Everyone tap the like button. Yes, please give us a like. Give us a thumbs up. Share the channel. Listen, if you have friends that are crafty or crafting, that are always looking for ideas and gift ideas, share the channel. And then, because from now till Christmas, we're going to do as many fun little projects like this as we possibly can. And God willing, they're going to work. No, seriously, God willing, they're going to work, because okay. Zip up pencil case. Always good if you've never worked with zippers. Let's just do a pencil case. Roll up crayon holder. That's very good for little kids. Ooh, I like that. Roll up crayon holder. Okay. No, I have not finished the candle ring. It doesn't turn. It won't lay flat. I've sewn them all now the same. So this is the inch mark, and this is the 1.5 mark, and it's not right. And I was just looking through. I have a feeling that the pattern that I watched the video on, that her measurements were wrong. Angela, when are you going to learn? When? And here's why I think that. This was not my original pattern. I had watched a video and I wrote down what she did. My first mistake. See, this lady said, now her squares were a slightly different size by 1/2 inch. Big deal. Yeah, I should have followed her. I should have followed this, an actual written pattern. An inch from the bottom and 2.5 inches from the side. All right, it's fine. It's fine. Let's take the darn things out again. Oh my God. 2-hour candle ring my butt. I've used about $8 worth of thread on this thing. All right. What else? Dollar Tree has fat quarters. Woo woo. If you're looking for inexpensive fabric, Dollar Tree has fat quarters. You can also sometimes find yarn there. If you don't have yarn and you can't get somewhere, you want it cheap and you're going to use it for one of these projects or whatever. Wondering the same, Sandra. I have not finished it yet. I have to redo it again. Angela thinks I am a pincushion. Well, if the stuffing fits. Anyone? Uh-oh, I missed a bunch of comments. Anyone remember those stuffed fabric Christmas trees? That's what my grandma used to make. That's what she made. There was like it was like a fabric panel, and there was like, I mean, I don't know if it's the same one you're thinking of, Susan, but there was like a Christmas tree. There was a girl, like a Victorian girl. There was like a little boy. There was a Santa Claus. There was like 6 or so, right, patterns on this panel that you bought. And you cut the pieces out, sewed them right size together, flipped them, stuffed them. Bada bing, bada boom. I still have to use that Christmas fabric. Do you like the candle ring instructions? I think that this one I should have just followed from the beginning, but I didn't. Anyone remember this? Sweet memories, dear Angela. Yeah. I made a blanket for... I crocheted a blanket in this really cool window pane, maybe? Crochet pattern? I can't remember. And it was a really pretty blanket. I was very tempted to keep it because I really liked it. But I sent it to Steve's sister. And she left me a voicemail message, and she was just crying on the voicemail message because of how much it had meant to her. Now, some people you're going to give gifts to, and they're going to like it, and they're going to say, "Okay, thank you," and it's not as impacting of a thing. But I think sometimes when you have people, just special people in your life, or when you maybe send something to somebody that you don't usually send things to, or that you haven't seen in a while, or talked to, or reached out to in a while, I think those are just so impacting. Christmas tree napkins would be fun. I think we will do the Christmas tree napkins. I better put a star by that one. Gift card holder. Christmas tree napkins. All right. Okay. Quiltmas. That's what it is. It's called Quiltmas. Quiltmas. And it starts the day after Thanksgiving. Kitchen towel that hangs on the oven handle. Yep. I see a lot of videos on that. So, towel, oven, holder. No, it was a 3D tree stuffed. Oh. Fabric postcards. Fabric bookmarkers that fit on the page corner. I just saw those, Betsy. I love that. Fabric bookmarker. Book page marker, I'm going to put. Maybe hers was 3-dimensional. No. I'll have to ask my mom. Yeah, those little stuffed 3D Christmas trees. Ooh, I like that. 3D. I don't know that I'm going to be capable of doing it but we'll give it a try. 3D Christmas tree. Okay. So many great ideas. Sandra, I love it. Set of handmade pillowcases, burrito style. I love the pillowcases. I love Steve's Buccaneers one. I think about his birthday every time I switch that one out. Yeah. I saw a really cute rag looking wreath that is made with frayed fabric tied around an embroidery loop. I've seen that, Betsy. I love it. Rag wreath. Yeah. And the rag wreath thing, there's so many different wreath ideas. I'm gonna have to do a little research tomorrow while I'm at work. On the wreath because there's so many different ideas I've seen on wreaths, and I'm like, oh, I love that. And I think those are great ideas. And you don't have to make somebody a Christmas wreath. If you have somebody in your life that's super patriotic, don't make them a Christmas wreath. Make them a Chicago Bears wreath, or a Buccaneers wreath, or a Stars and Stripes wreath. You know, the kind of thing they can put out, bang on their door or on their entryway all year long. Why am I talking so loud? God. I've never received a lovelier and more loved and treasured gift than a handmade gift. And that's the absolute truth. Rag Christmas tree quilt. My 3D Christmas tree is 18 at the base and 16 or so inches tall. Okay. 3D Christmas tree, 18 at the base. And how tall? 16. Okay. I have something I'm going to show you. Don't go away. I'll be right back. Oh, thank goodness you're still here. Okay. Rag tie garland. Oh, okay. Is garland so hot right now? Rag tie garland. Such an exciting conversation. Talking loud. I'm typing loud. Okay, you ready? I probably need to. It's starting to smell. It just smells a little musty, so I need to wash it. Okay, when I was in college, high school, when I graduated from high school, all throughout when I was in high school, I went to Catholic high school, all girls Catholic high school in Southern California, San Gabriel Mission High School. Anyway, we had to do community service hours you had to do so many community service hours every month. I think it was every month, but it may have been every quarter or something like that. But I remember you had to do a certain number, and they broke it down by month. So I volunteered where my high school was. Literally 1 block away was a hospital. It ended up being the hospital that we ended up going to all the time. Like if a family member or somebody if you had to go to the hospital, you went to San Gabriel Valley Hospital. Okay, anyway. So after school, I would walk up the street, like, I don't know, twice a week. I want to say Tuesdays and Thursdays. Again, not important. I would walk up the street to the hospital after school, and I would volunteer from like 3 to 7 or something like that in the gift shop. Technically, I was a candy striper, but I was assigned to the gift shop, and I worked in the gift shop with this woman who had been a teacher. She was a retired teacher, and she volunteered in the gift shop, like 2, 3, 4 days a week, whatever it was, for a few hours in the evening. And we became this very unlikely. She just became my pal. I mean, she became over the course of the 4 years I was in high school, a really, really, really dear friend. And she had been a teacher, and she taught home ec. Some of you will remember what home ec was, but that's what she taught. They don't do that anymore, I don't think, in schools. Anyway, when I graduated from high school, she came to my graduation party, and she loved to quilt. And it's probably what spurred in my head the desire to start quilting, right? So anyway, her gift to me at my graduation party was this. So you can see the front is just these are little like 2.5 inch squares, right? Okay. And then what it was you took this. I can feel the fabric starting to. This thing has seen so many years of, well, I graduated in high school, and well, you can imagine that it's old. I'm not giving you the years. Are you crazy? Okay, anyway. So you take the You put your hands in the pouch like this, right? Some of you already know what this is. And you flip it over. And here was my quilt. And here was the back. She hand stitched the binding on the back. I think about her, and then see now on the back of it, and now on the inside, you have this pouch. And when you're cold or you put the quilt on, you slide your feet in here and it keeps your feet warm. Is this? It's genius. It's next level genius. You put your feet in the pouch, it keeps your feet warm. I need to make one of these for Steve because I never make the blankets long enough and his feet are always cold. So I need to do this so he can just slide his feet right into the pouch. This, I remember here's the thing about giving somebody something that is handmade. It may not be in the moment. In the moment, I loved it. I took it with me to college. And it was just mine. You know what I mean? But I can remember now, decades later, I'm not going to say how many decades, but decades later, I can remember standing in my mom's kitchen when I opened this gift from her. I can remember the years that I volunteered with her at the hospital in the gift shop, selling quarter candies. I can even remember how sad I was a few years ago when my mom told me that she had passed away. So, and I will keep this forever. I would love to make one of these. I would love to make one of these. So this, it's almost a log. I don't know. It's not the same block on the front. Some of the block is like a 9 patch, and some of it has longer pieces. Oh, I'm going to have to break down kind of how she did this because I would love to do this. And here's my other fear, so you guys can tell me what to do now, is the edges are starting to fray. The fabric is fraying. I'm not going to be able to really use it anymore because it'll just keep coming apart. Okay, the comments are streaming. Let's see. Aquilo. Ha ha! When was that exactly? You know what, Betsy? It was a very, very long time ago. It was a very long time ago. Okay, folded armrest jar, Christmas ornaments. My mother-in-law, Steve's mom, used to make those. And again, every time we open up the Christmas ornaments, the first thing that Steve goes looking for are the Christmas ornament balls, the folded star ones that his mom made. Folded star ornaments. Okay. Betsy, I was a candy striper too. Yahoo! The Candy Striper Club. I love that. I loved that gig. I loved it. I loved it. I enjoyed it all the time. God, how much simpler was life then? Loved it. I loved it. All right. Went to Bishop Montague High School in Sacramento. From one Catholic schoolgirl to another. Aquilo. Is that what it's called? Aquilo? Blanket and a pillow. I made those years ago with my mom. Okay, that's blanket and a pillow. We have to do one of those. I have to do one of those. Oh my, I have 2 of those blankets. I would love to make some. Okay, since so many of you have commented on this, we're definitely gonna do that. The maker would be so happy to know that it is well loved and used. Missouri Star has a pattern for that. They call it a quillo. Okay, I will go on there and find that pattern. A treasure for sure. That's beautiful. Thank you guys. Love, love, love. So special. Let's do it. Make one in the spring. Okay, let's do this. Let's plan on doing this for the spring. I think we will. I'll pick out some fabrics and we'll really do it right. We'll make this. Last year we did the petals quilt, and this year we'll do the quillo for spring. Okay? Okay. Okay. Or maybe we'll do that for the new year. This will be our like New Year's kickoff project. Possibly you could replace the binding and all would be good. You know what, Susan? Susan, don't go away. I have a question for you. So, you know what? I'm wondering if maybe I could somehow replace or reinforce the binding, because it's obviously just on the edge of the binding. The rest of the fabric so far. She used good batting in here. Scandinavian star Christmas ornaments. Scandinavian star Christmas ornament. Am I caught up? I want to make sure I didn't miss anybody. Okay, Susan, Camping Lady 81. Do you camp or do you have like an RV? I'm curious about your handle. You probably already told me this. Sorry. Okay. And I think what I'm going to do. Pocket prayer quilt. Thank you, Raman, because that was on my list a few weeks ago and I completely forgot about it. Okay. Start taking this crap apart. No, I don't camp. Oh, no. Okay, I got somebody's name wrong. Sorry, Susan, I confused you with Camping Lady 81. Hold on. Oh, it's also Susan. Wrong Susan. Sorry. Susan, Camping Lady 81. All right. So what it looks like from the candle ring pattern, the actual pattern, is I need to do it 2.5 inches on the top or on the sides and 1 inch at the bottom. And I did 1.5 inches, and that's why I knew it was too tight. I knew that it was just too, I knew that was the problem. It was just sewing, it's too tight at the top, at the bottom, and not tight, and too tight at the top. It needs more, it needs to relax more. Have we given up on Zoom guild meetings? No, we have not. And I think we will definitely do one in December. We will definitely do one in September. We've had a bunch of schedule changes on our personal and business lives. And so it's been a little bit tricky the last couple of weeks. So we've just been kind of settling into a new schedule, and I think we're pretty settled into it now. So, yes, we will do that. Linda's Trendy Threads. I like your title. I camped for many decades, beginning when I was 3, but sadly I do not camp anymore. Wow. For many decades. That's pretty amazing. That is pretty awesome. Steve and I are hoping, no we're not, we're planning that next year, and seriously, if I have to rip these things out one more time, if anyone stays at hotels traveling, can you save the... Okay, I love that. If you stay at a hotel, thank you, Dubravka. If you stayed at a hotel, we used to travel a lot. We used to travel a lot for business. There were always, it seemed like 3 or 4 times a year, there was a conference or training that we needed to do. We had thousands of agents across the country. I mean, we still do. But was before COVID. When you did a training, no, we'll do it earlier in the year, earlier in the month, Betsy. I'll do it earlier in the month. Mug rugs! If there's anything I love, it's a good mug rug. Thank you, Susan. We'll do it earlier in the month, Betsy, so that people have time to replicate something if they want to do that. And we don't butt right up against the holidays. I don't know. I may be out of the house on Wednesday. So Wednesday may just be a special Thanksgiving video, but may not be... Oh, wrong, 12/17. So we need to do a Zoom, not 12/17. I love mug rugs. So we would travel all over the place, all the time, and I don't miss all that travel. I don't miss all that air travel. And then when we got Minnie, it was harder because we took her with us on the plane. She's a frequent flyer. And she loved it. But, geez, Susan is just, I tell you what, Susan, a wealth of ideas today. Bowl cozies. How did we miss bowl cozies? My husband gets a new mug rug every Christmas. Ah, what a great tradition with your husband. So for a long time, I had a drawer full of mini soaps and mini shampoos and all that stuff. And since then, I've used all of it because what I did was I put it in our guest room, bathroom. And so if somebody stayed with us, they had plenty of fresh stuff that they, and I didn't have to go out and buy like a bottle of shampoo or a whole tube of toothpaste. I just used all that stuff that way. But it's a fantastic, fantastic way to stuff the little zipper bags that we're going to do. You could do a dozen of them and probably barely use a yard of fabric. They're just small things. But you could throw a bar of soap in there. They do sometimes toothpaste in the little tubes or in the little foil pack. It's like a 1 or 2 use worth of toothpaste. A little toothbrush. Years ago when I lived in California, I had started, but unfortunately I couldn't really grow it too much bigger because I was working a lot. The job I had, the business I had required and I was broke and I just didn't have the money to keep doing it. But for a few holidays, I did what I called baskets of hope. And I would do baskets with, at Easter time. I did them at Easter. I did them at Christmas. And then I did them some other holiday, Valentine's Day maybe? I don't remember. Anyway, and the basket was full of stuff for, I did them for a food bank one time. I did them for a women's organization or a women's shelter one time. And then another time was for like a homeless shelter. And they were called Baskets of Hope. And inside the basket was just things that when you're in that situation, when you're in that crisis situation that you miss, that you don't get anymore. You know, like a really nice, not very expensive, but something other than, a bar of Ivory soap, of like bubble bath or shower gel, and like your own little poofy, shower poof, and some chapstick and some candies and some creature comforts that when you're really at the bottom of your, rope, the end of your rope, that you don't think about anymore. And yet they are very important. Even if you are in a situation where you're homeless or you're dealing with a crisis, where it would just be really nice to have something that was fun or that let you forget for maybe an hour. So those are the kind of things that I would put in there. Anyway. Okay, bowl cozies was my go-to gift for my daughter's friends that moved out of their parents' home. Yay, right? Because everything goes in the microwave. Bowl cozies. Hi, Cynthia. Hi, I'm new to the group. How about luggage tags? Hey, Lori, welcome to the group. Again, my volume tends to escalate without my control. So it's very common that at some point I start yelling. I don't know why. So Lori, tell us where you're from, and luggage tags are a great idea that no one has said. Luggage tags. We are now 3 pages in. I told the hubby you donate them anonymously. I don't want credit. It was the right thing to do. Yeah. Just donate them. Hi, Jackie. $15 years ago, I made 450. Hold on. I missed this. Susan, that is amazing. That is amazing. 15 years ago, Susan made 450 knitted hats for the homeless. I lived in Ohio then, and my hubby dropped them off at shelters, and she did it anonymously. See? That's the kind of stuff we got to do. We got to do more of. That's the kind of stuff that it's our job to do as human beings, as, people that live in a community. That's the kind of stuff we should do. Oh, my throat's getting dry. What am I ripping out? Well, Linda, Lori, sorry. Okay, hold on. I've gotten so lost. Lori. Popsicle cozies. Ha, cool. Oh, I confused Lori. Your images both have the same colors in it. Okay. Linda asked what I'm ripping out. I was making a fabric candle ring. Instead of doing some decent quilter research and finding a really, really good pattern, I happened to be watching a YouTube video one day, and I jotted down what her measurements and how she did it. And apparently she was wrong. She was wrong. And by following her measurements, I have now had to rip this thing out twice. So now I have all my panels and I have to remark them, which means I got to iron them and get all these marks off of them so that tomorrow I can resew, or maybe later today. Steve will be back around 4 o'clock, 4:30. So maybe I will have an hour where I can just sew these things back together. My God. But her markings were wrong. I needed to go 2.5 and 1. And I did 1.5 and 1. So I found another pattern that clarified the measurements. So that's what we're doing. Okay, so hopefully the candle ring, the 2-hour candle ring that has now taken a week, will be finished tomorrow. But this is my fabric. This, and then that's the other side. I love, love, love this fabric, and I've been holding on to it. So our motto is to use what we have. And so I'm finally using the fabrics, even the ones that I love, that I had to close my eyes when I started to cut. Okay. Jacqueline, I was going to ask you, Jackie, about the maid. Just reading the maid. Just got back from a mini vacation, so only one chapter in. Keep going. Keep going, Jackie. Keep going. Lori lives in Milwaukee. Oh, God, it must be getting cold there, too. That's great, Susan. The best motivation is from the heart. Yeah. Robin says, heroes walk among us. Yeah. And not all heroes wear capes. I love that saying. I like making Annie clam-up bags for gifts and embroidered ornaments. Oh, we'll have to see what that is. Annie clam-up bags. Minnie, where are you? Minnie, come here. Come here, Minnie. Oh, Minnie, come here. Never mind. Angela, I got my mug yesterday. Thank you so much to Robin and you. I love it. Thanks again so much. Love to you both. Thanks, Dubrovka, and I'm so glad you like it. And that was all Robin. I mean, we worked together on it, but Robin put them together and sent them off, and just amazing. I have another idea. Quilted Santa hats. Oh my God. So, like I mentioned, I'm not sure if I'm going to be home for Wednesday night to do a Wednesday night live, but I will put out a video on Wednesday. If I don't do a live, I'll put out a video. And if I'm going to do a live or not going to do a live, either way, I'll announce it on Tuesday. So make sure that you like, subscribe, and share. Share the channel out to other people that you know, or just share it to your Facebook page. People can do what they want. But I will put out a message on Tuesday about Wednesday. But in December, we will do a instead of ugly, or maybe we'll do like ugly Christmas sweater day. Maybe that's what we'll do for our Zoom. If you want to be on the Zoom, we'll make it like an ugly Christmas sweater or ugly Christmas quilted Santa hat. That's going to be fun. Okay, but it's by Annie Bag Patterns. Perfect, thank you. Armchair Sewing Caddy. Oh, armchair sewing caddy. I've seen those and I love them. Catnip toys you can donate to shelters and dog bandanas. Dog bandanas. I'm always thinking about dog bandanas. Oh, I like that one. Dog bandanas. Minnie, do you want to help Mom make dog bandanas and we'll take them to the doggy shelter? Do you want to? She's ignoring me. Sounds like fun. Yay. Okay, so I'm going to iron all the marks out of this. I used, whatchamacallit, Frixion pen. And then I have to go run an errand real quick. So I'm going to go do that. And then I'm probably going to come back this afternoon. And I've got to start. I'm making some Christmas cookies for Steve to take with him on Wednesday. Actually, I'm making sugar cookies. Oh, I mentioned it yesterday. Orange spice cookies. Spiced orange oatmeal cookies. Sound good. And then chocolate cheesecake chip cookies. So I've got to get the dough ready today. So I'm going to do that. And then I think I'll wander back in here for a little bit this afternoon and sew these, remark them, and sew them. Ooh, aprons. Aprons is another one. Susan, holy cow. Susan brought her thinking cap today. Okay. Man, how much do you love that those Frixion pens? And other than the massive amount of thread everywhere, you'd never know it happened. All right. So I will see you tomorrow with the finished napkin ring. I mean candle ring. Seriously, I'm finishing it tomorrow. Or it's going to become a placemat. Orange spice sounds delicious. Yeah. I have big hopes for the spiced orange oatmeal cookies. Big hope. If they're good, I'll post a recipe. Okay. Hi, Grasshopper. Hi, Madeline. Hello. Doing my craft show. Just thought I'd check in. Oh, much success to you and your craft show. Yahoo! You know what I've learned, Robin? It's amazing to me it's amazing to me lately, the last probably 5 or 10 years, how like the holidays, it really runs the whole week because everybody's work schedules, or, like with my mom's family, I have 3 siblings that live in Southern California. And then they all have in-laws and they all have extended families. And so people end up, like last year, I think my mom had 6 Thanksgiving dinners. She was like, please, I can't eat turkey for the rest of the year. So yeah, I get it. I still don't have enough thumbs up. Yeah, give us a few more thumbs up. We'd love it. Come on, give us a thumbs up. It helps the channel, helps us build the channel. And if you like the content, subscribe, and share, please. It definitely helps us. You can also do a super chat if you want to do something like that. It goes to helping us buy fabric because I now have 4 pages of projects that we have to do, and I don't have enough fabric. So we're going to do these things throughout the month of starting after Thanksgiving, and we're going to work through these things as much and as many as we can throughout December leading up to the holidays, so that if you need a quick gift, right? Okay. Oh, fabric gift bags. Like another fun idea. How fun is that? Now you've got a gift bag that they get a gift in. You don't have to buy wrapping paper, and they can reuse the bag. Recipe would be much appreciated. It's going real good. Oh, good, Madeline. I'm so glad. Fabric gift bag. I'm out of water. I need some more water. Madeline, I'm so happy that you are selling a lot. Yay! I will bring the recipe either tomorrow or between tomorrow and the next day or two. I'll put the recipe up. So, recipe. I better make myself a note. Recipe. Orange cookies. 1/4 inch seam. Okay. Madeline, we hope you sell out of everything. Absolutely. Okay. All right, everybody. Have a fantastic rest of your Sunday. I am going to turn into a chauffeur and drive Minnie and I over to CVS. And then I'm going to come back and bake cookies, make a candle ring, and I will see all of you tomorrow. I hope you have a fantastic rest of your day. I hope you have a fantastic start to your week. And remember, only a 1/4 inch seam. I love you guys. See you guys tomorrow.